You think I'm surprised? I've always like said Aguero's not that guy, always, and this just proves it. I would say strip him of his World Cup winners medal, but he doesn't have one. He was just in the locker room catching vibes. No,
Mudryk has talent.
What? Mudryk's pure talent.
I think there's always going to be that what if with Neymar.
Yeah,
he's always going to have that huge asterisk beside his name,
like every
of
Brazilian.
What if, unless he wins the Brazil World Cup.
One player in mind that can ruin that Cinderella story for Judona.
Who? What, Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Best player in the world.
Jude Bellingham. If he keeps performing, then Real Madrid will always be a contender.
Do you love the Premier League? Because I know I do. And here at the Footy Culture, we are here to bless you with an exclusive discount from our friends at Fubo TV, where you can stream all the Premier League matches live in 4K. Do you love watching Heung-min Son, Bukayo Saka, Manchester United? All of that is available to stream exclusively here in Canada on Fubo TV. So hit our link in the bio for that exclusive offer. Now let's get into the action.
What's good, Footy Culture fam? My name is Matthews, aka Matt, aka Matozinho. Today, coming at y'all with another episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. Joined today with the Mandem. You already know what it is.
It's good.
Chris and Jimmy.
What's up?
Man like Jay.
What's up, fellas?
Where are you from, Jay?
I'm from Canada.
No sweater, man.
Toronto.
That was loading you up for a good one.
Canada.
And last but not least,
The
Dad
best
Dave.
man.
It's a dynamic duo.
The best bros.
But yeah, boys. So, I want to talk about something near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. Something people would consider their number one things in their lives. Something that you don't really talk bad about. I want to talk about family.
Family.
Shout out to Vin Diesel. I want to talk about family. What about family? I want to talk about regrets. One player in particular had a bit of a regret when it came to talking about someone's family. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Felipe Luis apparently said, "My biggest regret was with Di Maria, Atleti versus Real. Aguero said, if you come and talk about his wife, he'll get lost. I spoke about his wife and he was lost. I beat him the whole game. I got home and regretted it so much. Di Maria, I'm sorry."
That's crazy. 10 years later, he's sorry.
Can I start off with this really quickly?
Yeah.
My first question is why is Aguero telling him about his, former Argentinian partner?
Because they're playing on the same team. They're playing for Atletico.
I know, but like, bro, there has to be some type of friendship in that bond as well. They're Argentinian. They've worn that jersey together and represented
That was
their club.
also fresh.
That's when they were both like pretty young. All
Yeah.
three of them were young, actually.
But still, though.
Even then, so that's your fellow country.
That's your fellow countryman,
Yeah, at
exactly.
the end of the day, they're playing for the badge on their chest.
Bro, but you cannot
That
say
comes
anything
first.
about family, man. Like, we've seen how many times in like a fight can start off with something say your mom this, your mom this,
And
right?
that gets wins, results, points on the board.
We're also talking about an Atletico versus Real Madrid match.
Yeah, it's a huge game.
So like this is a game that's like for all the marbles. Like this, that's a huge game
for all the marbles.
for all the marbles right there.
Good game.
No, but honestly, like that's a big game. So like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen in a game like that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think this is weird on Aguero's part. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It has to be weird.
Aguero seems like, I don't know, like he's not there in the head. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, you think I'm surprised?
No.
Like, one, I'm not gonna say it. You guys know what I'm thinking. Two, I've always like said Aguero's not that guy, always, and this just proves it. Like, that's his compatriot. That's a guy who in 07 they went to battle together at the U20 World Cup here in Canada. So they were teammates for time from the youth, where they probably met each other's families, And it's just like, and it's brutal, man. It's especially where like in South America, like family, familia. It's like, that's so disrespectful. And like, maybe this is the first time Di Maria is hearing of this, like through that Felipe Luis quote. So it's like, now how is he gonna look at Kun now?
I know.
In disgust.
That's so weird. That's so
They
weird.
were sharing a locker room together at the World Cup final, where Aguero was using his credential as a winner's medal.
That's crazy.
How's he gonna look at him now?
Him and Salt.
Disgusting. But as I said, not surprised. Think I'm gonna be surprised?
I feel like Aguero probably went to him after the match. Yeah, I told him like your secret.
I told your secret.
I told him to mess up, to talk shit about your wife. pretty
Secret's
much.
out, bud.
Yeah, but you can't imagine other stuff that's being spoken on that pitch that we don't know about.
yeah.
Like, I'm sure family is obviously a big part, but I'm sure that's just the start of it, or like the
Yeah.
But
smallest part of it.
is it worth like destabilizing like a brother of yours for 3 points? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like there's definitely bare shit talking that goes on the field. You know, whether it's family, whether it's someone's wife, whatever the case is. But the weird part about this is that Aguero told Felipe Luis what to do to rattle Di Maria.
And he's
Yeah.
If Felipe Luis was just doing it on his own,
Yeah.
like he just started doing it on his own accord, okay, whatever, it is what it is. But the fact that Aguero went out of his way to basically rat on his compatriot, his boy, to Felipe Luis just for 3 points.
Does that come up as a result for them?
It's crazy.
Also, how does Aguero know that Di Maria has family issues, wife issues like that?
Well,
dude?
no,
it's
it's
not
not wife issues. He just knows that that's like a
Sensitive.
soft
Trigger
spot. It's a soft spot for
Trigger,
him.
yeah.
It triggers him, right? So like,
But how does he know that?
because they're boys.
They're boys.
They're boys.
That's what I'm saying. How does he know that? Because he
'Cause they're
probably
boys.
told him about it. Like,
Yeah.
I have this issue. I found.
Or it happened in a game that they played
Yeah.
with each other with.
Yeah.
you don't just know it. Like it happened. That
Yeah, you can, because you could see that some guy was talking shit to Di Maria the whole time about his wife, and he wasn't Di Maria anymore. Like he wasn't playing like
Or
himself.
maybe, in the locker room, Di Maria comes after the match, like, this guy was fucking chatting about my wife.
Yeah, and you could tell that
And
he's like,
okay, that's like a trigger.
All right, I'll write that down for next time I face you. Like,
okay, let's turn it around a little bit. I know my example is not going to be two countrymen, but it was two brothers on a club team that when they went to play each other at a World Cup, or was it Euro Cup? I think it was a World Cup. They ended up like pretty much breaking that relationship. It was Ronaldo and Rooney on Real Madrid. They were
oh yeah,
pretty close in the United days. And then when England played Portugal, if it was the World Cup or Euro, Ronaldo ended up getting Rooney a red card.
Yeah, I remember that.
So-
sent off. Yeah.
Would you do it if it came down to your country making it to the next round?
Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
different.
Yes, that's completely
That's
different.
so different.
That's completely different.
That's like not even close.
Okay, so then what's the? I know the
It's his
I know the differences. I know what the
compatriot.
difference is, but like, what's the difference of making your team win? I know I wouldn't say to do it. I don't.
Another
condone
thing
it.
is, Ronaldo made this happen on the international side, and international football means everything to
Yes.
me and the players. This was in a club game, different. When you play for your country, there's a sense of respect, pride, and what Aguero did that day, I would say strip him of his World Cup winners medal, but he doesn't have one. He was just in the locker room catching vibes.
That's a Barcelona player for you right there, man.
No, but it's true. Like,
Nah.
first, I know for a lot of people, especially in the UK, they say that they rather have their club team win than their national team. But like for
The national team hasn't won something in a long time.
but in general, like, I think they just have more passion for like their club's team over there. But for me, and I know a lot of South Americans like you guys as well, international vibes is the best vibes, right? And I think that's like where that's the pinnacle of football for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to like again talk shit about your compatriot, your international compatriot, like that's just next level, man. I could not do that. I'm sorry.
I want to hear what's the worst thing you guys have told someone on the football pitch?
Probably along the same lines.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or what's the
someone
or,
girl?
or maybe
but
or could it be said the other way? Like, what's the worst someone said to you or done to you on the field? Because I know Daniel has a story
physically,
in Ecuador.
I've been touched physically.
You're a victim,
So
huh?
that's South American football for
And
you.
he's not even joking. Like,
I'm being serious.
being
Man's a
serious.
victim.
From both ends. Don't go for corners, boys. But yeah, no, it's definitely it's a weird one, and especially for Felipe Luis because he just retired. No,
Yeah.
No,
this is the one that was.
think-
This is the one that played in the left back.
Yeah,
playing in
Chelsea.
Brazil,
I think
yeah.
this is last
that'd be
year.
cool.
He just finished playing, right? So I guess he's just coming out with all these stories now. But that's a throwback of a story.
Yeah, I wonder how that comes
I think
out.
that's
10 years ago.
I mean, is it time for that? Yeah, I guess. But I think you still gotta wait a bit more until you can say a
Yeah,
story. Like,
statute
until
of
you say a story like
limitations.
that.
He's like, I retired. All right, bring on the media.
Yeah, he just retired. He starts saying everything
Sit
now.
me down.
This
I
guy's
mean, it's
just
perfect time to do it. He doesn't need a team anymore.
yeah. I'll give it another 2 years at
Yeah, but
least,
he's not
bro.
talking about
Just go
stuff.
relax.
He's writing about other people's situation and
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I can rat now.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to rat when you're not looking for anything.
He's just riding on Aguero, basically.
Yeah, he's boys with Di Maria now, and
I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it doesn't affect him. That's why he kind of said it. I mean, it only affects Aguero more than anything.
It's like I just
Yeah.
have something to get off my chest
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Aguero probably messaging him after, why the fuck did you say that? You idiot.
Yeah, Aguero is. I don't know.
he's a funny guy.
Since his retirement, he just.
He's been everywhere. Did you guys see his Formula One Man City attire?
Yeah.
That was funny. He's
So
a funny.
necessary.
He's a funny guy, man.
He's everywhere. Whatever.
You do some trash talking on the pitch?
No, I actually don't.
Keep it clean.
He keeps
Keep
it
it,
PG.
keep it clean. There's people that I guess try trash talking me. I don't really.
What do they
What do they
say?
say?
I don't know. It's not. I just don't really talk back, to be honest.
You're ugly.
You look like Mo Salah.
Yeah, like that was probably the worst I got. I don't know.
Someone said to me, I have mortadella legs. Or mortadella thighs.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, my legs are huge, but like they're muscular, dude.
Mm.
Was that recently?
I'm pretty sure that was 2 years ago.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, are you good, bro? And I flexed on him. He's like,
Damn.
Okay.
Bro.
like Ronaldo.
My fault.
How about you, Jay?
I don't know. I don't usually trash talk, but the only time I trash talk is like when, let's say, someone tackles me, and like it's like a rough tackle, or like I was like getting by them or whatever. I'll be like, "Wow, like you you couldn't stop me, eh? Like so you had to tackle me,
Damn.
like, no, like one of those."
He's on
It's like
My fault,
yeah,
bro.
Dave's like out there prime Felipe
Or,
Luis
like,
in the back.
that's what you had to do to stop me,
demon time.
like one of those, right?
That's why they call him Jayzinho.
Because it's
Yeah.
true. Like if you tackle someone, that means they couldn't stop you, right?
Facts. I get tackled all the time, man.
You do. Yeah.
That's why I'm injury
Nut
prone.
shots too.
You guys ever trash talk a goalie?
No.
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 They're doing their job, man. What's unless they were trash talking you, I guess.
Bro, you gotta tell them I've seen better hands on a digital clock.
Damn, dude.
It's a good one, man. So you do some trash talking.
Hey, goalies watch out.
Might have
Goalies
to,
watch
bro.
out
Might
for
have to,
Matt.
bro.
What else you got for us?
So Michael Owen, kind of reliving the glory days of the past and how basically footballers back in the day were better than they are now, and how players nowadays are just athletes. I'll read out the quote. So Michael Owen said, "There was more pure footballers back in the day. Now you have to be an athlete. You just have to be able to run. You have to be big. You have to be fast. You have to be covering X amount of kilometers now. There's loads of great players that were absolute ballers, proper talented. Now, if you could run a bit further than anyone else and basically pass it from A to B, you're getting a decent career in the Premier League. You don't even have to be that good anymore. Back in the day, you had to have real skill and attributes to be a top footballer." What do you guys think about this?
I mean,
Facts.
you know what I think. Like, I'm a
Facts.
nostalgia merchant,
Facts.
so of course it's facts. But, hey, Michael Owen, he's talking a lot. I mean, that guy was a pace merchant, so it's like that was his game. As soon as he got injured, he was done. As soon as he lost his speed, it was done. So he's kind of being a hypocrite in a way. But I mean, I fully agree. Still,
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this before. I think the modern day, the game nowadays is revolved around an athlete, not really a skiller or someone that could like really take a game by the scruff of his neck on its own. Besides, obviously, we had Ronaldo and Messi for the longest time, and Neymar has. We had a couple here and there, but back in the day, they had pretty much every team like had a guy that could do that. But yeah, teams nowadays, as we talked about before, Conte, Allegri, all these dinosaur coaches that just like you got to do your job and that's it. You can't do anything else. That's why they want the athlete, as well as many managers in the Prem. You see a team like Real Madrid, Ancelotti, who gives them all the freedom. We see them developing a player like every year now.
Yeah.
Vinny, Rodrigo, Benzema came out of nowhere after Ronaldo left. Like when you have freedom, it's crazy.
imagine. Okay, well, obviously Owen speaks majorly on the Premier League, right? Obviously, this is bread and butter. You know, he knows it inside out, pundit, whatnot, whatever. But it's true. The Premier League is definitely one of the most, I guess,
Pace and power.
most overall athletic kind of a league where if you don't have that stamina, the pace, or the power, you're not gonna cut it. So imagine a team with Cruz, Modric in the midfield for one of these teams, right? And Casemiro, for example, like that trio, just winning Champions Leagues, right? Would they be able to pull it off in the Premier League,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
So obviously it comes with the talent, but then there's players who have that talent but don't have that pace, that power in the midfield, and then they're lost. Players like Amrabat, had a great World Cup, decent showings in Fiorentina. Comes here, doesn't have it. He looks a little lost in the midfield.
It might be United though.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Overall, no, and I think he's speaking facts because that's just the game nowadays.
Are there any players in particular we could point out that Michael Owen could be talking about here in the Premier League specifically?
James Milner.
maybe like an
No.
Adama Traore.
What
Yeah,
about
Dama.
Mudryk?
No,
No,
Mudryk's pure.
Mudryk has talent.
What?
Mudryk has
Mudryk's
talent.
pure talent.
Talent.
He has no
where? Just
finishing.
runs, bro.
What?
He's
No,
got talent, dude.
you're
He's got talent.
ridiculous.
Mudryk's got
I
talent.
swear you were saying he doesn't have talent.
No, I said he has talent.
No, you're one of them calling him out.
Mudryk's
No, I
so
never talked
talented,
shit about
man.
Mudryk.
That's a bad example. Adama
Did he
Traore.
go 007?
Okay, he's not a goal scorer.
Yeah, but Adama Traore has been in the Premier League now for years. He would have mentioned it before.
Nico Jackson,
Rasmus Højlund.
What about
Rashford.
Rashford.
What about Nunez?
Yeah,
Nunez.
To an extent, Martinelli.
Sterling. Yeah, Sterling. If you watch him play, he doesn't skill. He
He's not
just
really skillful.
he just puts it through the guy and he runs.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely quite a few players in the Prem. I don't know if you guys saw the clip on Twitter that was circulating of the Man U training session.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sent that to
Bro,
passes. In the chat.
passes.
Ahead of the game
I
against
saw it.
Bayern, things are looking long. But I know when Ten Hag was asked, why aren't you playing the same style of football that you played at Ajax, right? You're thinking, you're coming to United, you have all this money, you're buying all these players. You should be playing the same style of football that made you so famous, right? That's why you're here, is because you play this beautiful football. And they say we don't have that. And I was thinking, okay, what do you mean you don't have that? You're buying all these players, you're spending all this money. You definitely have that.
I don't want to get back into this
But
conversation.
now, after I've seen this video,
I couldn't believe it, bro.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
I thought it was AI or something.
It was
bro.
a rondo.
I thought-
5 or 6 rounds of rondo.
Dude.
No more than 2 passes
Dude, I had to
completed in
double
the
check
rondo.
and make sure this wasn't like a U17 or U21 squad.
No more than 2 passes completed in the rondo. And I'm talking dude, it wasn't even like the last pass was poorly
Is it-
placed or it
Bro,
got intercepted. They were passing to no one.
They were confused out there. It's like, okay, you lost the ball. Now move. The other ones are like
Yeah.
jogging. It's
I
like,
couldn't
who's
believe my
next?
eyes.
It's like,
It was baffling, bro.
Dude, that in comparison to the clip of the Ajax training session under Ten Hag, where they were just pinging passes in that small little rectangle, 12 players in that rectangle, making no mistakes, one-touch passing, versus this. I couldn't believe my eyes. But I think that really goes to show, is the Premier League, steps behind when it comes to the technical level in compared to some of these other leagues?
Most of the teams, besides maybe City and maybe Liverpool. But yeah, most of the teams, yeah. Like Spurs, yeah, they had a couple good games, but you watch them play, they're literally just pace and power.
but that's
Yes.
Spurs is their
Yes.
that's their football. Counterattack.
That's why they played the Welsh guy. What's his name?
Brennan Johnson.
Brendan Johnson. They play heel because he's fast.
No, he was technical, bro.
Bro, no, he's not.
Yeah.
He literally he takes a big touch and he runs. Heel's not
But
that.
that fits perfectly for their style of football.
Yeah.
If you have a
there's
player in the
counter-attack.
midfield who can control or play a decent pass, the game slows down.
Besides Madison, he's the only guy that's technically gifted on that team.
Son.
And Son. I forgot about Son.
Son's quick too.
But Son uses more of his pace and power.
Yeah.
And not,
I think it's technical
you know.
too. Sar.
Yeah. There's some players that have
He's also cute.
there are some players that have a blend, right? There's some players that have the pace mixed with technical ability, but then there are some players that just rely solely on their physical attributes. And then once those physical attributes go away, if they can't adjust their game to maybe it's a different position, maybe it's a different role within the team, that's when they kind of fall off, right? Like a Theo Walcott, or players like that were on their day insane, but now you don't even hear from them anymore.
No, it's
right?
I mean, if you think about it, the reason, what Michael Owen's trying to say, look at the number 10 position. Those guys don't exist because all of them were slow. Ozil slow, Fabregas slow, James slow.
Yeah.
These guys are just pure technical ability, but there's no room for them anymore because they're slow
Yeah.
and not powerful.
Not athletes.
Yeah, but back in their day, they didn't really have a 10 either.
When?
It was just strictly 4-4-2, most of the time.
Who?
When?
Maybe a little bit before Owen. It was just strictly 4-4-2. How many teams played other formations than 4-4-2?
4-4-1-1 usually with
Or
the second
4-4-1-1.
striker would be someone like a Riquelme or Bergkamp, someone that was a little bit more technical.
So not
Those
so
guys
much
were
a
mad
but like
slow.
a second striker.
Yeah, second striker, but
Yeah.
they were playing
More,
free roam. They didn't have as much defensive responsibility. They didn't have to worry about pressing as much. Even the concept of pressing, teams didn't really press in the 2000s and the 90s. Even
Yeah, it was sit back.
earlier in the 2010s, if you're looking at those teams, they didn't necessarily press. They sat back. You sat in 2 blocks of 4, but it wasn't really like high press, pin the team back, counter press. These are all relatively new concepts in the grand scheme of things if you really think about it. And I think because of that tactical shift, you need players that can have that pace and power to be able to constantly press and switch and press and switch, like just like that. Like the technical ability doesn't need to be there. As long as you can, make that pass when you receive it to someone who's close to you, you don't need to be able to be as creative.
As a fan and a viewer, what is more entertaining though to watch? That's why the Premier League is such an exciting league and very entertaining to watch, because it is, fast paced. The ball keeps switching from end to end. You're attacking, now you're defending. Whereas some of the games we see in the French league or in the Liga, or even Serie A, like it slows down, and that's when maybe that's where you don't get those exciting moments in football. Get that counter attack, get that fast guy running down the wing. Skills, yeah, the thing is it's hard to skill when you're a slow player. You have to be a little quicker to have that skill and create chances.
To get away when you beat the guy, you have to have that turn of pace.
You can't be a skillful player and then you're taking a step to the left and you're slowing down the guy's back on you. So that's why I would say it is good and bad, because that's what makes the sport entertaining, and that's why the Premier League is one of the best leagues.
Yeah,
in terms of watch.
Yeah, I think like if you throw on a random Premier League game, you have a higher chance of that game being entertaining and a little bit more thrilling than you do if you throw on a random game in any of the other leagues. But I think when it comes to like sometimes the bigger games in the other leagues, sometimes they provide a little bit more in terms of like, just a better, I guess, technical game than when you're watching those big games.
But those are big games.
Yeah.
And that's comparing now, let's say, show me two mid-table teams in La Liga. Getafe, Valencia, they played the other day.
Yeah.
You're watching that compared to a Fulham, I don't know,
Sheffield.
Everton.
Oh, Fulham just slapped up. Fulham have just been slapping everybody up 5-0 these days.
Yeah,
I'm probably
but you know
watching
what I mean?
Fulham,
So is Everton.
But that team is also built off some pace and power as well.
Every team is.
a bunch of rejects. Jimenez is back, but no, I think at the end of the day, like the pace and power definitely can make some exciting football for maybe a neutral and maybe someone who's fresh to the game. It's a little bit more end to end, almost a little bit more like basketball or ice hockey, where you have that end to end constant action. Whereas maybe someone who's a little bit more of a football purist might appreciate that more technical, tactical, slower game with maybe more incisive passing, more possession play, more control. That you might appreciate that more if you're like a purist of the game.
Yeah, but you got to look at nowadays.
Yeah,
People nowadays just want entertainment. They want that, and you hear some people, soccer's boring, footy's boring, football's boring.
And I think the nice thing is, like, I think that's one thing that makes soccer or football so different is that, when let's say, for example, if you're watching NBA, you're going to be watching end to end, people putting up threes, this and that, but every game is going to be the same. When you're watching footy, every game, every league is going to be different because every team's going to play a different tactical style. Premier League is going to be more, like I said, pace and power. But if you want to watch something more tactical, you have that option to watch something more technical and tactical, which is why I think it's so valuable to have that option to watch different styles of the same game. It's unique.
For sure.
Very unique.
What's that stat you said? You had that stat?
Which one?
About football and other sports being a more action.
They have like 50%. I think of the total 90 minutes, there's 56% action. I think hockey was 40 something, basketball was 30 something, and then everything below basketball was like 10 something. 10.
But
and
football, like soccer, ranks in the top.
Was first overall. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I don't know if I have something to say about actually this conversation. I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me on this, but my problem is I think the managers are getting too smart and too tactical.
You think they're getting a little also, in a way, like not lazy, but they don't care to put too much, time in the, in the rooms of like tactics and like how to position.
No, too much
time.
Too much time because you have, let's say, like Pep, like you if you don't fit his system, you can't play. It doesn't matter if you're the best player in the world. If you don't fit his system, you're not playing. Like Ronaldo, he would not. I don't think he would fit his system. He might, but in my opinion, he probably doesn't. Then you had someone like Conte. If you don't fit his system, you're not playing. You have someone like Klopp. You don't fit his system, you're not playing. Back in the day, they had like let's say Trapattoni. He invented a certain formation, but like nowadays there's certain tactics that are getting invented, and no one's like really talking about them because every single manager has their own style of play, which is insane. If these managers were managing back in the day, these talented players that we saw back then that was saving their managers from losing their job wouldn't be there because we'd have these good managers replacing them with players that fit their tactics.
System. I agree with you as well. But you see that in like any day and age nowadays. Like everyone, there's a word for like the teams and players want to find out what that meta is. You know, everyone wants to. It's all analytics at the end of the day, right? Like I want to find what fits the meta the best, and what I can do with these players and do that. No one really wants to even give that chance of failing, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna. Imagine Ronaldinho playing at a Man City. Like I don't want him to like mess up and then not come back. I don't want to even have that option. I want this team to be analytically the best, and that's what they do nowadays. It's always and it's not even just in football. You see it in everything. You see it in sports, video games, everything. Everyone wants to find out what the best thing to do, and everyone copies it.
Yeah, what's going to give me the best chance to win?
Exactly.
Right.
Like nowadays, you won't see like, oh yeah, you go play and you know, let's just see what happens. No, you don't want to see what happens. You want to know beforehand how good these guys are and what they're gonna do.
So
and it just ruins football.
Are you saying the game has improved now from years then?
Too many nerds.
Too
nowadays?
tactical,
There's a
too
lot-
analytical.
like
It's
we're-
no freedom, no like expression.
We're
no,
literally
no
getting
brasileiros.
managers from Football Manager.
But is that good or bad?
No, it's honestly
It could be good and
I
bad.
think it's a bit of
It
both.
could be both, yeah.
So how long ago or how many years back would you say that wasn't the football back then?
what do you mean?
What era was that football that you're talking about?
that he want that
Like the tactics got like super.
before tactical, like
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no,
2000s, early
tactics
2000s.
started going overboard. I would say as soon as Tiki Taka started, because they had to find ways to beat Tiki Taka.
Yeah.
And the only way to beat Tiki Taka is to get
super analytical.
Got very
Yeah.
analytical, and you got to be very invested in beating this. Because if you don't know how to beat it, you're never going to beat it. Because it was literally unstoppable at the time.
Yeah.
Nothing could beat it. Now we're finding ways. We're like, even look at Guardiola's Man City, Aston Villa. We're seeing what's his name, Emery out tactic.
Yeah,
Pep.
because now
Emery's a great coach. though.
He's
That's
a
the
great
thing,
coach,
but
but
that's
like,
you
he
said.
should not be out tactic,
Why not?
or whatever the word is.
Why not?
Out nerding him.
Out nerding him.
If anything, it should be almost easier because Pep's been around for ages now.
they know his
Everyone's
style.
seen
It's
his
not the
style
same
of
style.
play.
Yeah, it's not always the same.
But
right?
he's been. It's not like City is new. He's been with City now for some
Yeah, but I
time.
don't
He's been
had this
changing it up
style.
every year.
I don't think
He's had this style for 2 or
No,
3
we
years
didn't.
now.
But it's
No,
not.
we
It's not
didn't.
the
Yes.
fact. It's
No,
not
we
the
didn't.
fact that Emery got it right. I think that
Pep got it wrong.
not Pep got it wrong either. Pep's formula wasn't completed. There was one player missing. Was Rodri not there?
Yeah. No, he played.
They're missing De Bruyne.
Was Rodri playing? I swear he lost
Oh no, Rodri was not playing. Yeah, you're
against
right.
Villa, but he played this
He
weekend.
played against Luton.
But
That's what I'm saying. Like Emery did as best as he can. I'm sure his tactics were as best he could get. But with that team, if they say Rodri in that squad now, do they win?
Probably not.
see, but now the thing is like it's not just Emery with Aston Villa. Look at this past week.
Luton.
Barca lost. Man U lost. Everton won. Like Madrid tied. Girona's doing well. Like it's these smaller teams that are now again, like we're saying, they're getting very analytical. Like there's these big teams are starting to not get easier to read, but you start to realize what their things is and how to work against it. Or nowadays these smaller teams are finding that way to do it, right?
No, these teams, what they're doing is they're trusting the manager more.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, being and playing scared, which I honestly appreciate because I think if you look in all the top leagues right now, you see a team in that top 3, top 4 race that you wouldn't expect to be there, especially compared to last season. Like I know in Ligue 1, you have Nice. We're having an incredible season, and they have a very unique, like defensive, possession-oriented style of play. You're looking at
Stuttgart.
16th place last season. They hire a coach. They lose some of their highest earning players, but they bring in a coach who has a very clear style of play, and that's to play with the ball, play quick, and they play beautiful football. If you look at the players in that team, you probably wouldn't even recognize half of them. But dude, if you watch them play, they took Leverkusen to town this weekend. Leverkusen have been the best team in the world this season. So it's like you're seeing these teams, they're not scared. Girona took Barca to school this weekend as well. 4-2, a dominant performance, right? But the thing is, like, these gaffers are coming with their tactical vision. They're saying, I don't care if I don't have millions of pounds to spend on my team. This is how I'm going to play. My players are going to understand how I'm going to play. And we're going to go out there and we're going to play. No matter if we win or lose, this is what we're doing. And I appreciate that with these teams, and I hope more teams start to do that
There's Villa
now,
right? Yeah.
rather than, we're going up against Barcelona. We better put 11 men back. We better park the bus. I would rather go for it. And these teams are vulnerable sometimes when they go for it because you don't expect it.
Yeah, but it's not like they're just like, oh yeah, just go and play out. They know what they're doing. They know how to play against these players.
Yeah. So the
And
biggest,
and these smaller teams are starting to get like really good plans against these big teams. It's like very, very like well played out.
Which honestly is why I think it's good that you have these almost over analytical gaffers in some way, because maybe at the top of the league you have a good gaffer, but you also have that super talented players. But on those teams that maybe don't have the highest earning players, the most world-renowned players, if you have a good gaffer that comes in, understands the game, has the way they want to play, they can take a team that was supposed to be a bottom feeder and make them contend. And I think that's exciting, because you're not going to have the same teams in the race every year.
all the bettors out there feeling it right now.
Yeah.
And it's also easier to find the player that you need now. I want to say that because back in the day they didn't really have the technology to find what they needed and who they needed. So yeah, managers have it a little bit easier now because they could find the exact player that they need for whatever position they need. So
the big picture here is we're obviously talking about that back in the day, managers needed specific players to play, whereas now teams need a specific manager to play.
Yeah,
because you can pick up, not nobodies, but nobodies to play a certain role. Whereas before, like, you can get any gaffer, but if you don't have the players on the pitch, that's their excuse. Oh, we don't have the players. But man, we see smaller teams outperforming the big teams with the players.
Yeah. All it takes is that one small team to have a coach that, has plans and visions for what he wants his team to do. The team starts performing, they get a few wins here and there, confidence goes up. Yeah. And mentality is the biggest part of football, right? So mentality is high, confidence is high, they're gonna keep winning, right?
But what's the worst out of all this now is, like, we love seeing these moments where you see the underdog story.
Yeah.
But then you have the big teams now, taking all these players.
Yeah. That's
so it kind of resets again, because obviously,
And the managers.
But like you said, like Stuttgart, like you're saying, in January half the team might be taken already. Girona too, right? Yeah. Some players might be getting out, like you said. Aren't they also like partially owned by City?
They are, yeah.
So like, you love to see it, but at the same time, like, shit, like
it's all a cycle, though, right?
Yeah. It's maybe not always going to be sustainable unless that club has money and
good infrastructure, and everything,
belief to kind of keep going.
Yeah, perfect example actually was probably Leicester. They brought in Ranieri, a pretty big manager for a team like Leicester. Brought in the right players that they needed, won the Prem, lost Ranieri, lost all their best players, and then look where they are now. They got relegated. But that just shows what, like, a manager and good scouting, I guess, having all that technology to know what you need, where it gets you.
And that's United this year.
Getting relegated.
Okay.
Do you guys think we could see a similar Cinderella story run with Girona, like we saw with Leicester in 2016?
I don't know, man. It's hard, dude.
It's
one player. It comes up to one player to ruin that. One player to ruin that story.
Like to leave?
No, it takes one player. No, sorry, I have one player in mind that can ruin that Cinderella story for Girona.
Who?
What,
Jude Bellingham. Best player in the world.
Jude Bellingham. If he keeps performing, then Real Madrid will always be a contender. And he's doing it. He's scoring the goals.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
Yeah, but then again, you could bring in the whole, Madrid have more competitions to play in, so Girona have more time to rest their players.
No depth, though, Girona.
No depth.
Yeah.
Hey, they lose one player, they're done. Look at Vinny. Vinny out. Everyone's saying, Real Madrid this, Real Madrid that. Who steps up?
Rodrigo.
There you go.
You could say the same thing about Girona.
Yeah,
you could have Savio step out, or Duvbik, or whatever.
And they have Stuani. They have players like the thing is, I'm sure that they can.
Stuani's not playing 90 minutes though.
Oh, he's coming off the bench.
Super sub.
He's their backup striker. But I think at the end of the day, they definitely have a well put together team, and I think the coach definitely has players in mind to rotate the squad and sub in. So can they do it? Potentially, but I think it's always going to be tricky when you're playing in a league with Barca, Madrid, and Atletico, just because they always have that firepower. And man, Jude is just a man on a mission. Like, I think if he's fit and he's playing, I think they're going to be a very tough team to stop, because he just can't stop scoring. I've been hearing purple patch now since August. It's now December.
January
it's going to be June. We're going to be talking about a Madrid treble, and we're still going to be talking about a purple patch. But we'll see what happens.
Are you ruling out Barca already if you're saying you're not winning the title?
Barca, what, 4th place?
Barca stink. Let's just face it.
No.
Barca are.
What do you mean no?
They don't stink.
They're
Barca
fourth.
stinks.
Not
Man,
really.
they lost at home
Fourth place.
against Girona.
They're fourth.
Top
They're
of the league.
Girona are good. Girona are a good side, right?
Man, you would lose to them.
7 points behind Girona.
Yeah.
Not
I
a
th-
problem.
I think the tricky part comes for Girona is no one expected them to do this. So when you're coming up against Girona first half of the season, you don't really know what to expect. But now, once January comes, teams have an idea of how Girona play, what they like to do. And when you come for that reverse fixture now, these teams are going to be more prepared on how to play against Girona. So maybe that stumps them a little bit, but we'll see it. It'll be exciting to get something fresh like that. Be cool to get some new league winners, and I mean all the
It's not
leagues
gonna
right.
happen,
All the
but-
leagues right now have different leaders than last
I know,
year, which is
man.
nice to
Doesn't
see.
matter though.
I like seeing them. I like seeing new teams in the Champions League as well. So
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
fun.
sure.
It's always
Well, next year you're gonna see a bigger Champions
yeah,
League.
shit
so
ton
Yeah.
of new
you're gonna
teams.
see a lot of new teams.
for some leagues at least.
My only thing now is like, if you have all these big teams going to the Champions League, and then you have Europa League getting weaker side, then you have Conference League who has
Even weaker.
have nobodies. Like, you watch Conference League now, maybe because of just
No,
one or two
I
teams. You watch the
honestly,
finals because it's probably one of the two bigger teams that make it.
No, I think at the end of the day, I think when push comes to shove, when it gets to the knockouts, you're still gonna have big teams in Europa League because if you
Yeah.
think about the Prem,
Europa League,
the
yeah.
Prem has so many heavy hitters that there's always gonna be big names trickling down. Same thing with Serie A, same thing with Bundesliga and La Liga to an extent. And then there's always gonna be the teams from the Champions League that don't make it.
Yeah, but those
And
are gonna
they're
be
gonna
like
get
the
pushed
Europa
down.
teams that should have been the Europa League.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Like you honestly,
most likely.
you honestly never know what's gonna happen in some of these leagues, right?
But most likely,
You're
it
still
will
gonna at the end of the day, you're still when everything averages out. Most likely, once everything averages out, you're still gonna have good quality teams playing in every competition.
be. Besides Conference League,
Yeah, Conference League, but the Conference League's not there for.
we don't talk about Conference League here.
No, we do, but
It's a
like
fake league.
Who won last year?
West Ham.
West Ham.
It's not. It's
Should've-
not.
should've
Yeah,
lost, though.
it's good because it gives different teams an opportunity to win a European
That's the
trophy,
Serie A Cup.
which I think is valuable.
Huh?
That's the City International Cup.
Conference League, yeah, probably.
Roma, Fiorentina should
Damn.
have won it.
They
Who's
should have.
next?
They should have won.
Who's in that this year?
Juve.
No, Juve's not
Damn.
anything.
I'd
Juve,
love
Juve is
to.
probably the best team of all of our teams right now, to be honest.
No.
So yeah,
I'd love to see Madrid in the Europa League.
That won't happen, bro.
Why?
they're
Too big a club, bro.
they're like they have like their name right under the Champions League title. If you like squint, you can see it.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
yeah.
So I saw actually a thing on Twitter. Apparently, a lot of. Hold on, let me pull this out.
Yeah,
quick.
pull it out.
So apparently, in the Barcelona locker room,
Uh-oh.
a lot of players admit that they do not understand what Xavi's trying to like explain.
And who's leaking this stuff out from the locker room, bro?
This comes from a Barcelona account.
What reporters in the Barca WhatsApp group and leaking this kind of?
Adrian Sanchez, I think his name is. Adrian.
Is he a reliable source?
Do you know that?
Yeah, there's always these journalists talking about
so it's reliable.
there's problems in the locker room, this and that, but do they really know? Maybe there's players leaking out information and stuff like that. Then again, it's just to create headlines too, no?
Yeah, but like at this point, can't you see it? There was a point last game when Lewandowski and Rafinha. I don't think this comes down to Xavi, but you could see like players are trying to lose their heads. Lewandowski and Rafinha were fighting over a free kick, and then when Rafinha missed it, Lewandowski gave him shit.
Because Rafinha's ass.
There was also the time when when Cancelo was on that one run,
Yeah,
beat a man,
and he tries to
then
shoot it.
instead of passing to Lewandowski, he went for the shot, like right on the touchline.
yeah.
So what does that have to do with Xavi?
No, I'm not saying that has to do with Xavi. I'm just saying the dressing room might be gone.
Who
Like,
said
Is that
that?
based
But
off
may-
of Xavi or the players?
but maybe that
themselves?
does
I'm not blaming Xavi. I'm just saying that.
No,
the-
but
No,
at
but maybe
a
that does
certain-
have to do with Xavi.
Yeah, at a point you have to blame the manager that the locker room is like that.
Man, you don't blame the manager for Cancelo not passing to Lewandowski.
Oh, but
No,
there should be
but
some type of
But that comes from
chemistry, morale that the
Yeah.
gaffer gives off to the players. Like, guys, we're playing as one team. Why are you taking these shots? Let's look for our striker. We have Lewandowski, our best striker in
You
the
don't
world.
think that's something he would be saying?
Of course,
That
but
comes
is
down
it?
to
Is
the
it?
player.
But what's the difference of a manager saying, "Hey guys, make sure you pass the ball to guys. We're here to fucking play."
Yeah, but you could say it, but then it's different than the player acting that out.
No, 100%. At the end of the day, the player does what
For
he
sure,
wants to do.
but
And
it
we know
comes
how
from-
Rafinha is. He's a brat. He just wants to shoot all
It
day.
comes from the locker room. It needs to be said. If Xavi says this is the free kick taker, they're taking every single free kick. It's gonna get done. There shouldn't be a discussion on the pitch. For there to be a discussion on the pitch, that comes from the locker room, because there should be a designated free kick taker.
yeah.
If it's Lewandowski, Rafinha shouldn't even go near the ball. And that comes,
there's obviously multiple.
but that comes
free
from
kick
Xavi.
takers.
But who is the main free kick taker?
Yeah, we've seen
Probably
it.
not
We've seen.
one.
We've seen.
It
it.
should be
there should
Gundogan,
be
realistically.
one. There should be one. And that-
Lewandowski's a good free kick. There's a lot of
There's
good free
players that could take.
No,
it.
no, no, no.
Not many teams have a designated free kick taker.
For each side, I
Yeah?
would say.
Yeah, they do.
They only
One
one
guy?
for each
Yeah, they
side,
do.
yeah.
One guy.
Yeah.
One side on one
No,
side.
one,
Newcastle.
they have two.
Like
they
a
have
lefty
two.
or a righty.
Newcastle.
There's always two guys
West
fighting
Ham.
for the ball on each side.
Yeah,
Always.
some teams will have like that, free kick specialists, no doubt. Newcastle, West Ham, these guys have players that are gonna always take the free kick no matter where it is. Teams like Barca, like
They
I don't
have
really know who that designated
Yeah,
free kick
since
taker
Messi
would
left,
be.
there's no one
Yeah.
really. Like there's a few guys could take
Yeah.
free kicks.
But I think at the end of the day, you just like when you see something like that, you can tell that maybe something is off. Because at the end of the day, like if a team is under control, team has respect for the gaffer, the team believes what the gaffer is putting out, they're not fighting each other. They're trusting in, their playing style, they're trusting in themselves, they're trusting in their teammates to make the right decisions. They're not giving each other shit
Mm-hmm.
on
Exactly.
the pitch.
Yeah.
Right, and making it so kind of seen. But I think at the end of the day, maybe it's just Barca haven't had the best, maybe run of form. They've had some unlucky results this season, a lot of injuries. Maybe things will turn around. Like at the end of the game, their back four was crazy. Cancelo was playing left back. Balde was playing left center back.
Balde was.
Koundé was
what
playing
he's
right
playing,
center
bro.
back. Araujo was playing right back. To me, that's a crazy back line.
Yeah, it was very unorganized at the end, but
But how do you let it get to that?
How does that even happen? I get like but
don't know what to do, bro.
the thing is with Xavi, he tries to match up too much. Why are you trying to match up Araujo to their left winger?
Play your game.
You have a Cancelo that plays right back. Just play him right back. Like, why are we trying to match? It doesn't work.
trying to have your best available players on the pitch.
He's overthinking.
No, but like you're playing Balde that plays left back.
Yeah, but Balde's been out of form and Cancelo's.
So he's out of form. You're gonna play him center back when you have a center back at right back.
Who, Cancelo?
No, you had Araujo at right back,
Yeah.
And-
And Araujo can play right back.
Yeah,
but you
why not
had
play Cancelo
Balde
there?
in the center back.
He wasn't really playing center back. He was kind of floating around like the left side of the pitch.
But when they were defending, he would come into a center back role.
He'd be like right next to the left back.
But the discussion here is that this is this is Barcelona and they're trying to match up against their opponent. That's never heard of.
Yeah. Xavi got outclassed. Simple.
Like badly, but like it was stupidly. Like he could have had a better matchup easily. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand his tactics at all. I think he's trying to be different too much. Like he's trying to make himself look like some sort of genius, but he's not.
Yeah, this is not Saudi Arabia.
He's not playing in Qatar anymore. He's not coaching
Desert
Qatar.
no more, bro.
Qatar, sorry.
He has better players around him that could play multiple positions. I get it, but like you're trying to do too much, man. You have certain players that play in certain positions. Play them there. Like
Yeah.
why are you trying to be different? Stop matching.
It was 4-2, right?
4-2. They
Yeah.
got smacked.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there was a few chances for Barca where they could have equalized,
Yeah.
but the confidence I don't think is very high in
it's very
the dressing room right now.
Lewandowski missed a wide open header from Yamal's cross. Rafinha had like a very poor first touch, leading inside the box from over the top ball from De Jong. So a couple chances missed, but hey, they got outclassed.
Oh, also, I don't know if it was Lewandowski's like family member or like agent or something, but he or she came out and said the team media and as well as Xavi always go against him a lot way more than any other player on the team.
But why is a team going against him? It's their
Well,
teammate.
what's the Jay, I want to ask you, what's the problem with this Barcelona locker room right now? Is it Xavi or would it be one of the players, all the players? What is it?
I mean, it's a very ego-filled team, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like Lewandowski has a big head. Rafinha has a big head. Gundogan, like while he's a talent, like he commands respect in the locker room and on the pitch, and sometimes he doesn't feel like he has it. And when you don't get results, things get tough. Like people are yelling at each other in the locker room after losses, especially when they mount up. It's not easy, and sometimes it could come down to the manager. Sometimes it might not, but that's just the effect of getting 0 points. You're upset. You're mad. It's not going to be a happy locker room.
Well, if in your eyes, who do you guys see as your team captains?
Araujo, Ter Stegen, those two, the main captain.
I think Gundogan third.
Gundogan and Lewandowski.
He just got there, so it's kind
Yeah,
of
no,
I know.
but like he deserves respect because he's a world class player
He
who's
he
done it
demands
all,
respect, exactly.
and he earns it and he deserves it. He's earned it and he deserves it.
yeah. But my two captains would be Araujo,
I agree.
Sagan.
Okay.
No, for sure.
How can Araujo be your captain? He doesn't even have a certain like a set position. I feel like
He does.
your captain has to know his role perfectly. He has to be in that same position, that spot that he'll always be. You could always rely on him, and you always know where he is on the pitch to tell you what to do. Now he's playing right back, left back, center back. Like he's
What
all
happens when you have players in all positions that could play well across multiple positions? You try to fit them as much as you can.
stupidly dumb. They put Koundé as a center back, but I don't want to go back to that. But Araujo, I feel like he's too good to be wasted as a right back. He's too good to be wasted at Barcelona.
Well, isn't that what we talked about? Didn't James saying maybe they're gonna Bayern's gonna pick him up?
I think he's untouchable, but
He is untouchable.
like he needs to be set at that center back role
Untouchable?
and
What's
never
the price? What price tag you have on him?
move him from there.
Billion.
He wouldn't leave, I think.
But
No,
what
he-
price tag
he's
do you
like-
have on him?
He wouldn't
He's
leave.
got $1 billion release clause. I don't think he'd leave for that.
If someone gave him $1 billion,
I don't think he'd want to leave. Him personally.
oh, he's leaving if they get $1 billion.
I think Barca would take like 100 mil, but
No, they wouldn't.
they would.
No.
They need money, dude.
Dude, you wouldn't take 100 mil for Araujo, and that makes and let's say that keeps Felix and Cancelo.
He's an untouchable in the squad.
Yeah,
Why would you
I
get
think
rid of your best defender? Who are you gonna replace him with?
I
He's not your
think
best defender. You're playing him right back.
no. I think
Koundé might be your
That's
best
a defender.
defender.
I think Araujo's he's definitely the best. I don't know. He definitely has the highest potential amongst the back line for Barca, and I think I don't think he would go unless there was a falling out or he was maybe unhappy or maybe he just didn't think that he could be successful at Barcelona anymore. Like maybe they're not competing for the league, maybe they're not competing for Champions League, and it gets to a point where he's like, "Okay, I've wasted so many years of my career here without getting a chance to win. Now I want to go win," and maybe that's when you see him, trek off to a Bayern or a City or something like that when they can offer maybe a little bit more money as well. But I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon.
And
I don't see it.
do you really want to keep someone like Cancelo, especially with all the big heads in your locker room?
Yeah, but you think Cancelo's a
Cancelo's a problem. That's why teams don't want him.
What do you think that's the root of it? The problems right now?
Huh?
You think that's part of the problem right now?
No.
I don't think he's part of a problem right now, but he's definitely gonna add to it in the future for sure.
The thing is that it comes
He's
down
guaranteed.
To it
It's
comes
guaranteed.
down to the management. It comes down to the management.
Yeah.
Because it's true. There's a reason why Cancelo's playing for Barcelona. Even if he's a good player, there's a reason why Pep
We
got rid
know
of
he's one of the best
No, but
fullbacks.
there's a reason why
I know.
Pep got rid of him.
I know.
There's a reason why he's not playing for Bayern, or they didn't want him.
Yeah.
And that's because those managers put their foot down. And this is my team, and this is how it's gonna run, and this is the locker room should be. And that's where they're some of the best and still competing.
Yeah.
If Xavi keeps a player like Cancelo on his team, but then it just starts causing issues and still keeps him, then that's the problem.
Because technically, him not passing that ball to Lewandowski is an issue. Because what's he doing shooting from that angle?
And it's more than one issue.
I'm not saying like that has to do with anything. Like that's just like a small little thing that
Yeah, we see it happen all the time.
can grow to something else if he keeps his selfishness.
It happens to everyone.
Selfishness. No, but he's like known for being a brat. Cancelo. He's done it in the Portugal squad.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys,
Not passing the ball.
issues this, issues that. Why are we focusing on the negative?
We have to.
When we focus on the positive, like
What's the positive?
Because it's about Barca. There's no positive.
no,
the
because
positive?
we
see
don't
how
need
it's
to
going.
ramble on all this negative energy for so long. Let's bring on some positivity, huh?
And what positivity do you have for us?
Look, I want to talk about this. Okay. Let's say for the age group of ballers, let's say 96 to 01, 02. Who were their idols growing up? Ronaldo.
And Messi, yeah.
No, Ronaldo.
Mostly
Pretty
Ronaldo,
much.
yeah.
03 and up, I'm telling you, it's Neymar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Talking about Musiala?
I haven't heard.
Musiala and Lamine Yamal both came out this week with interviews where they described Neymar as their idol growing up, and that Neymar's videos are the ones they watched the most and tried to emulate. Who are these 03s and up looking up to? Who do you guys think?
It could be Neymar, but I mean,
I'm telling you, it's Neymar.
realistically probably also Ronaldo.
Yes, but yes, but after a while, like Ronaldo is the guy for like the 96s to like the 01s. Like that's when that age group like reached like teens, like that's when Ronaldo was like doing his thing. I'm telling you, it's Neymar for this new gen. telling you.
It's hard to disagree because Neymar, yeah, one of the best of our generation. But
So should we respect him more? Because we keep talking about Neymar lost his legacy. That's his legacy.
I still think you're saying from 96 to 2001, but the 2003 and on is still Ronaldo because during the time that they were teenagers, Ronaldo was still better than Neymar.
Yeah.
So it's probably still Ronaldo as their number
Hey,
one.
I'm not saying GOAT. I'm saying idol.
But yeah, Neymar's like, but like it could be like, who can I give an example of?
Yamal just saying that probably because obviously, first of all, he's not going to say Ronaldo, Barca player, and he played. He grew up watching Neymar, I'm sure.
But I
Back
think
in the
even
day.
Left winger.
even if you
And
just
Musiala
look
is
at
trying to be
the,
different.
the style of player, no, but I think if you look at both of those players, like if you look at how they play, like they're definitely not trying to emulate Ronaldo or to an extent Messi. They're both, if you look at them play, very dribble oriented. They like taking players on. They like that kind of close control that Neymar offered. I think the only tricky thing with Neymar is he peaked early. He peaked early. He fell off early. Obviously, injuries had a part to play with that. So I think like there is going to be a little section of age group
Little
that
pocket.
can idolize Neymar.
Yeah.
But I think that section is going to be short. Like I don't think like you're looking at players that are born, let's say, 2010, 2009. Like I don't think those people are going to necessarily be looking up to.
We'll give him like
To
03
Neymar.
to 05.
No, well, those guys are going to be looking up to Mbappe and Haaland.
Yeah. we'll give him like 03 to 05. Yeah.
03 to 05,
No, like-
06.
Like the
that, too.
fresh gen that's coming up right now, I'm telling you.
You think most of them are gonna be Neymar?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No.
We gotta do a census on this and ask.
Census.
We're gonna take this into our own hands and figure it out.
I'm sure some are because man, if you look at some of those ballers from like 03, like 2003 is a nasty year for ballers. Like if you look at players that are born in 2003, like ridiculous talent, and a lot of them are very like technical. They're techie on the ball. They like to dribble. Like if you look at someone like Xavi Simons, you look at someone like
Xavi,
yeah.
he said Neymar was the most important like mentor for him in
Yeah.
his career growing
And you
up.
can, like,
That's
the way,
another
The
one.
way he plays, Xavi Simons, Florian Wirtz as well. Like if you look at these players, like they love to dribble, and I think it's refreshing because I think the game lost that a little bit with some of these previous years, but it's refreshing to see it back with like this new crop of players that are coming up. Because I think when those players take over a game, it's completely different than when a pace and power player takes over the game. You know what I mean? Like I would 1,000,000 times rather watch Florian Wirtz than Bukayo Saka. 1,000,000 times. Because I think like if you're comparing those two players, like Wirtz is like different level in terms of just ability.
Yeah.
They're both world class, but
Yeah.
one's more
Like
kind of flashy with what he shows. The other's kind of rudimentary, basic.
that's what I'm saying. It's football's coming back. Football's coming back with this new gen.
Thanks to
03 gen is going to be what brings my joy back.
Well, yeah,
maybe me too.
you can see.
You could thank Neymar for that.
Well, you can see a lot of players in that generation. What was it? Pogba's age,
93.
93. A lot of big names coming up, and they kind of fell off early too.
Yeah.
So they weren't able to inspire some of this new generation.
Yeah.
Might be 92 actually.
93.
Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually had a lot of ballers. I'm pretty sure wasn't Hazard 93 as well?
Yeah, but
No.
Hazard had his moment too.
Oh.
What was he?
92.
Hazard's 91.
91.
Neymar, Götze, and El Shaarawy are 92. And Pogba's 93.
With Dybala.
No, Dybala's 91.
No. Then he's a 92. Dybala's a 92, and then Pogba's 93. Wow.
Okay.
That was actually that's like a gross little time right there. 91 to
Gross little
93.
time.
Uh-huh.
Hazard could be someone that people looked up to. He's also a
I
dribbler.
think JP said Hazard was his favorite player.
Dybala's a 93.
Oh, okay, never mind. Check what Pogba is.
He's 93, 100%.
Okay, so they're both 93s. Anyway,
That's where they're best buds.
yeah.
I just wanted to toss that 2 cents in.
But yeah, I could see
It's a good shout.
I could see that
Yeah.
for sure. Because Neymar, honestly, I've watched Neymar videos and like got hyped from it. So like I could just imagine what like a kid that was born in 2003 was doing with Neymar videos, especially him with the nose strip. If they will go back to those videos, then you
Jay was
guys,
doing it. Those kids were doing it.
yeah,
I will be showing my future kids Neymar compilations.
I will too.
100%.
As much as I dislike them after probably like 2014.
Damn.
He just got to Barca.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly.
Generational hater, bro.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Santos. I used to. Oh man, that guy was. I actually liked him at that point.
Good comps, good comps.
And then that's it. That was it after it.
It's because they destroyed Juve.
Facts.
They actually didn't destroy you, but
What can
whatever.
we do, man?
Yeah, I think everyone can respect Neymar, man, especially bald Neymar. Shaved head Neymar was different.
I'm glad to see the
Messi was in
players
there,
are the players give him his flowers.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, but
blonde
no, I don't think
Neymar.
anyone can really go out there and say that he wasn't like an inspiration to young kids. You can't say that. It's impossible.
No,
Maybe the fact that his career wasn't as successful that we would thought it'd be, even though he did have a successful career, just that his potential and his ceiling was really high.
Yeah, he didn't come
Did
to
he
what
reach
he was
it?
supposed to do.
No, and it sucks that we saw that, but he was inspirational.
I mean, I've heard tons of people say ruined his legacy. What legacy does Neymar have?
Going to
This is his legacy.
Of course, he has a
Inspiring
legacy.
the next gen.
Yeah, I think PSG, I think, was the move that
Ruined him.
ruined him.
100%.
But,
Just
but it meant
Barcelona.
everything to the young Bucks at the time.
Nah,
Maybe.
No.
But I think if he stays at Barca, he's inspiring many more people.
Yeah.
that's probably like one of the worst moves a top player could have made.
To ruin his own career. Yeah.
and
I-
in Barca.
I respect the attempt.
Yeah, he could have won. He would have had a Ballon d'Or. He would have had a Ballon d'Or. He would have probably 2 or 3 Champions Leagues, and he would probably be considered like one of the
I
greatest.
respect the attempt. He wanted.
I don't, to be honest.
I respect the attempt.
Yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, I feel like that move did screw him over and as well as the club.
He took a chance. At the end of the day, like, he knew if he wanted to be recognized as a true great, he had to get out of Messi's shadow.
But why?
But then
Paris?
Messi came a few years later. and
Yeah,
he's
but
still
obviously he
under
couldn't have
shadow.
predicted that.
And
he
Mbappe.
couldn't,
And
he couldn't have
Mbappe.
predicted Mbappe being what Mbappe is. He thought that it was going to be his team.
Grass
was
isn't
getting the
always
ba-
greener,
yeah.
bro.
It's not. Obviously, he took a risk, but
But what I understand
it is what it is.
for his mindset, to be a world class team, you're gonna have a lot of big heads. And
You're going to
big
need to have big heads.
names. What does Neymar think is gonna just take
Carry
a
a
PSG team and
mediocre team.
just take them to the like?
No, I'm sure he wanted to be surrounded with talented players, but he wanted to be like that guy. Like,
Oh, but at the
even
end of
if
the
you
day,
look at if you look at MSN, Messi was that guy.
I don't think so.
Like he-
Messi
Messi
wasn't
was
that
It was,
guy.
it was, yeah, but it was
He
also
was.
well.
It was
shared.
Messi's team.
It was
that's-
MSN.
MSN.
it was MSN. Yes.
I think he wanted to go to a team where he was the only like main outlet, like what PSG is now. How they have 1 star and then 2 like good players beside like Kolomouani and Dembele, but obviously no one's near what Mbappe is. I think that's what he wanted, but then Mbappe ended up coming, who was the same caliber of player, ended up probably surpassing him.
Yeah.
So he kind of got screwed over in that aspect. But like, if you want to continue your career and like make it go forward, like PSG, that's not. I know they had money, but that's not a spot to
Worst
do it, man.
decision, bro. Should have gone to the Prem if you wanted to leave. to be
Yeah,
honest,
I
bro.
would have rated. I would have rated that. I would have rated if you
Could have went
went
to Bayern. You could have went to like somewhere.
Go to a,
Do you think Mbappe's time in PSG when he first got there compared to Neymar's time, who had that better like start of their career in PSG
Start.
of their PSG career?
When Neymar first got to PSG, he was a baller. Like he was.
Yeah, he was cooking until he got
He was-
injured.
And
he
like,
was-
as soon as
February.
Mbappe wants to, he joined PSG. That guy was balling.
Yeah, he was balling too.
And
But
he was still only 18.
yeah, he was still a I don't know, 19, 20
19,
maybe.
whatever.
He was still a U, obviously,
No, he
but
was-
like, but Neymar was like, when Neymar first got there, like sure Mbappe came shortly after, but Neymar was still the guy
Yeah,
when he first went there, and like those few runs of the Champions League they made, Neymar really was the key player in Champions League. Like he performed, like he was getting the goals, he was getting the assists, he was pulling the strings.
yeah.
He
Right.
carried.
That one game against Bayern in the snow.
He had a great
Classic
game.
performance.
He had a great game against Dortmund that
Carried.
1 year too. I remember that vividly. But yeah, it's just a shame that things didn't pan out. Sometimes when you chase the bag, you don't win.
I wouldn't say you chased the bag.
He chased the bag.
What do you mean he didn't chase them?
Yeah, he chased
If
the
he,
bag.
that wasn't his priority.
He
Yeah.
chased the bag and
Might have
he
been
chased the bag again.
Was
Yeah.
his dad's priority?
He chased
Yeah.
greatness.
No.
Nah.
He could have had it at Barca.
If he was truly after greatness,
Stay there at
he
Barca.
wouldn't have made
Yeah.
even though Barca aside, PSG aside, he had the chance to go somewhere else. He chose to.
No
go
one
to
else had
Saudi
the
Arabia.
bread like that.
I'm sure.
Chasing the bag.
I'm sure.
No, the transfer fee.
For what?
Neymar, 220 mil.
I'm
No one
saying
else
to
could
go
have
to
afforded
Saudi
that.
Arabia.
Oh, now. Oh,
He didn't
I
have
mean
to
to
go to Saudi Arabia.
PSG.
If he cared
Oh.
truly about his legacy, he could have still had
He's 31.
another. He could have still had another step.
Yeah.
He has the talent to make another step.
100%.
He could have went to the Prem, and he could have balled out in the Prem. He could have went to a team like Bayern and still balled out.
What's his contract for?
You know what I mean?
Saudi?
His legacy
Ah,
is
it's
fine
pretty
with me.
messed up.
Yeah, he still definitely
He
has
inspired the next
a
gen.
legacy and influence, but I think there's always going to be that what if with Neymar.
Yeah.
He's always going to have that huge asterisk beside his name
Like every
of what
Brazilian.
if, unless
Yeah,
he wins
it's
Brazil
true,
World
though.
Cup.
You know
I
what?
think that's the one thing that
Which
can
he
save
will.
Neymar's career. Is
Which
if he
he
wins
will.
Brazil World Cup, his legacy
He won't even
saved
be there.
in my
It's gonna be
books.
sacrificed, bro.
not winning a.
He will
You
be.
need sacrifices.
He-
bro.
the volcano.
He and I will be there no matter what.
I'll be
Playing?
there no matter what.
What?
Playing?
I'll be playing. Yeah.
Playing?
Oh, will I be playing? Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy left flank.
Yo,
Yeah,
that,
left back and left. Well, he plays Cam.
Neymar's legacy safe with me.
Yeah,
you know,
agree.
Yeah,
I
but
just,
you're Brazil.
Yeah, but he meant everything to the young buck.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
to me, bro.
Isn't that what matters?
Yeah, but
like, would you not be satisfied knowing you inspired one person?
Yeah, no,
for a lifetime.
No, I get it, but like his legacy,
he inspired thousands, millions.
He's gonna have a very short legacy. That's what James was saying before.
short.
It is gonna be short because
No.
after like
Legacy's forever.
after
Brazil's
the
all-time top scorer and assister.
yeah
That would be
That's
it.
called
That
a
would be
record
broken.
book.
That'd be broken.
yeah that would probably be broken. Yeah,
By who?
That's still legacy though.
but like is that that matters?
Rodrigo and Vinny have like 4 combined goals in 50 games.
Hendrik,
bro.
bro. You just started.
But does that really matter to anyone besides Brazilians?
The top scorer of Brazil?
Yeah.
Yes, it matters.
To anyone but Brazilians?
Yes.
No.
Nah.
Wow.
I don't really care.
People talk about Cristiano Ronaldo being the top scorer for Portugal.
Yeah,
having
because
over
he
100
has
goals.
that's a legacy right there.
So does Nate.
That's a legacy because he's won so much.
Brazil's the greatest footballing nation in the world.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
not-
It
They
doesn't
haven't won.
matter.
Yes.
matter.
Watch
They
what
haven't
happen-
won things in
Watch what
years.
happens when Neymar wins a World Cup.
He's
Watch
not
what
though.
happens.
He's
They
not.
haven't won a World Cup in years.
Watch what happens. Watch what
Maybe
happens.
2026, bro. All I'm
2026.
saying,
I've been hearing this for how
all
long?
I'm saying, bro, Maradona
You guys are getting me
died.
cheesed.
Napoli won Serie A. Maradona died. Argentina won the World Cup.
What,
Copa
Pele
America.
died?
Pele died. Santos relegated first time in history.
That's crazy.
You guys
All
are
I'm
getting me
saying-
cheesed.
So that means Brazil's not making the World Cup.
Something had to happen, bro. All I'm saying.
Yeah, but what Spatty said about there's a lot of Brazilian what ifs. It's true, bro.
there
Ronaldo,
isn't.
Ronaldinho,
not that
Neymar. Those are your
many.
best.
bro.
Those are your those are your 3 best
Adriano.
players. Adriano,
That's not
bro. There's
true.
bare Brazilian what ifs.
Pato, Robinho.
There's
Pato, Robinho, Oscar, bro. There's
There's
bare what
every
ifs.
what if.
CH Ganzo.
Nah, dude, Gonzo, dude.
Every country has
Oscar.
what
Did you
if.
say Oscar?
no,
Did you say
no, no,
Oscar?
no. I said Oscar.
Hulk too. If he didn't
Yo.
go to Zenit,
Brazil have the most
Why not?
what
I mean
ifs.
Hulk too.
Hulk could have had a better legacy than what he
I
had.
don't care.
What
I
do you
know
mean?
Hulk has a great legacy.
He could have had a better. He went to
No.
he went to get a
What-
bag
what
in
could've-
China
what
and
could've
Russia.
legacy
that
have
he
been?
has is that he married his girl's
No.
daughter or niece.
Niece.
He's a Gala legend, bro. Respect.
Nah,
Some respect.
Bare Brazilian
No,
what
but
ifs.
there's
Yeah, but
bare what ifs.
Bare
You
what
can
ifs-
make a what if XI.
bare what if means we had so
can.
much talent to even make that
They
list.
did. They
Well,
did.
Of course, you're
obviously.
Brazil.
What do you
Of course
mean,
you're gonna
of
have
course?
talent.
No,
Yeah,
but like
but
what they
China has
could've-
1 billion. Where's their
Yes,
football?
but they're not a
talent is
football
there,
nation.
but
What?
the
They're not
talent
a
is there,
football
but it's
nation.
not
Okay, you got to
show.
become a football nation sometime.
When's the last time you guys won the
No.
World Cup? 02?
Oh, two.
It's not even that long.
Fake World Cup,
All that
though.
talent and still
Tough.
Fake
no
World Cup.
results.
Fake
No
World Cup.
results.
Fake World Cup.
That one didn't
results.
count. They paid the refs.
None of them count then.
Nah, but that was like they paid the refs. Like the
No.
refs were
None of
paid.
them count then.
Yeah, well, what about we could have
Well,
had
we
6.
were.
What about France in 98? Could have had 6.
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch it 2 either.
Yeah, I watched those two. Not every game. I watched Italy games
They're
with my
getting
dad.
me cheesed.
Don't get Jay Cheese, bro. He's gonna go Super Saiyan.
2026, bro. Soon come.
Stop it.
Yo,
Fumau Hexa,
Brazil,
Put it all right now.
injured.
Soon come,
Put
bro.
it all on black.
No,
Dancing.
dancing.
Guys getting me cheesed right now.
He's getting
2026.
cheesed.
I'm
you're-
gonna. I'm gonna put it into the universe right now. Italy 2026 with their 5th World Cup. No, I'm joking. It's not gonna be Italy.
Way.
It's not gonna be Italy.
But Jay, you said you're Canadian.
Canada.
You said you're Canadian, bro.
Yes, and
Canada
Winning the World
2026.
How would
Cup.
you feel if Italy tied the 5 stars?
wouldn't happen.
Not in my lifetime.
Okay, well, what happened? What would happen if they did? Like, what would be your feeling inside?
Be cheesed.
You can't say it wouldn't
What
happen.
kind of question
This
is
is just
that?
what if.
Be cheesed.
Can't say cheese, bro.
Well, how would you feel?
I
Under,
can't-
Jorginho's there,
I
and he's
guys
lifting
love
the
what
I
trophy.
can't imagine something that's not likely to happen.
You guys love what it
Like
is.
Brazil winning another World Cup.
Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
what's
That's
more likely?
No, probably. Honestly, it could be the exact same.
No,
How's it the same?
Bro, Brazil is the most overrated country in the
But look
world.
at the crop of
What?
talent Brazil has
in the
compared to
world,
Italy.
they're the most overrated.
What
but
does it
that crop of
matter?
talent doesn't mean anything. It hasn't been anything for the last
What? 20
1
years.
But
Yeah, we literally
if
just
we're comparing
explained
the
it.
sides,
that crop of
It
talent
doesn't
hasn't been
matter.
anything for the last 20
But if we're
years.
comparing the sides,
We just explained how managers mean
That
more
crop
than
of talent
players.
did a lot in the last 20 years. Well, 4 Copa Americas, a Confederations Cup, 2 Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
That's a higher trophy count than any other country. In
Yeah,
the
but
last
these are all
century.
fake trophies.
The Copa America.
That's it. That's the only real one.
We won 4 in the
Olympics
century.
is
They
fake.
have one every like 3 years.
Wait, Olympics is fake.
Okay.
Olympics is fake.
The most prestigious medal in the
relax,
world
for
relax.
other
Relax.
sports,
In
not
all
for
athletic.
soccer. For
In all
not for
athletics.
soccer. No,
Oh,
it's not.
man,
If
you
you're
can't
being
be
serious right now,
You can't be
then
serious.
A gold medal.
if you're being serious right
no,
now,
no, no,
stop,
no,
stop,
no,
stop.
That's gonna
You
be
can't say that if
cheap.
the man-
Stop,
You
stop.
can't say that if the oldest player that can go to that club is like you need
Yeah.
you're allowed 3 players. of,
Stop.
like,
You need-
Everyone has to be under 18 years
Stop,
old to fucking
stop.
play that thing.
Stop.
23.
Stop. Stop.
Doesn't
Yeah,
mean
same
anything.
thing.
Stop.
Doesn't mean
Stop.
anything.
Stop.
But if you're saying that the
Isn't
Olympic
Spain's
medal,
whole team under 23 anyways?
Doesn't matter.
if you're saying the
Stop.
Olympic medal is not the most
Stop.
prestigious
No, stop
It's
this.
not.
accolade in all sports,
It's not.
It's not.
Then you're
You're comparing
It's
that to
not.
World Cup.
the Olympic medal.
Yes.
I said in all sport. I didn't say footy.
So that's part of it.
Yeah,
So then it
World
doesn't
Cup for
matter
all the sports.
if it's
Doesn't
all the
matter.
sport.
Doesn't matter.
You can. I'm comparing him
It's
to.
still, okay, it's an important medal then.
I'm comparing him to a flag football player.
It's an important
Nice.
accolade.
Like, oh,
The
No,
flag football is coming to the
No,
Olympics.
at the end
What
of
was
the day, the
difference?
Olympics is definitely a prestigious competition. But
means nothing.
when you're looking at the sport of football,
Yes, it means nothing.
the Olympics is not as prestigious as a World Cup, Euro Cup, Copa America, because at the end of the day, the best players for those countries aren't playing in that tournament.
Yes.
So in my books, it can't
Doesn't
be the
matter.
most prestigious.
I wouldn't say that.
Still a gold medal.
How?
Doesn't matter.
Messi and Aguero were there in 08 when Argentina won.
were-
Messi's
Yeah.
best player in
They were
history.
how old?
When have they ever
What?
talked about
How
it?
old was Messi there?
21.
It doesn't matter. When did they ever talked about a gold medal?
What do you mean?
They talk
I've
about Messi.
never heard Argentina winning a gold medal. I didn't even know Messi had a gold
I
medal.
hear it all the
Because
time.
you don't know ball, bro.
I don't know, but you're the one over here saying gold medal is the most prestigious in soccer.
A lot
and it
of-
means
Wait,
something.
I didn't
It
say
doesn't
footy,
mean.
I said in sport.
And so if it's just in sport, it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, but I'm saying in the grand scheme of things,
It doesn't mean
gold
anything.
medal is the
When
most
I'm
important.
looking at Brazil's accolades and I see a gold medal, I don't give a shit.
I
That's
do.
you.
I
Bro,
do.
it's
That's
because you're
you.
Brazilian. If I said
You guys
oh,
are biased,
If
though.
Italy won a gold
I
medal,
wouldn't care.
Yeah,
That
you
means
would.
nothing. It
Yeah,
means
you
literally
would.
means nothing.
So,
You, well, you
so
can't
you
say
guys
that
are-
if you haven't won it.
But Matt, you
It
can't
doesn't
say you're
mean
not biased either.
okay, so if
But you
Italy,
can't comment if you haven't won it.
if Italy won the gold at the next Olympics, there wouldn't be hype around it.
Not really.
Yes, there would.
No, they would. No, there wouldn't be.
I guarantee people would be a market lane.
No,
I
there
guarantee no,
would
there
not.
I guarantee you.
No, there would
Yeah,
not.
they would.
That's
Cap.
that's like going.
IFTV's not going to post about it.
Okay, if you could post.
Yeah, but people aren't going to be ant. People won't reshare it on their story.
But that's the
That's
different.
hype. That's hype.
different.
No, it's not.
Will you reshare it on your story?
Okay, but me.
Yes or no? Yes
that
or no?
doesn't matter. That doesn't
Would
matter.
yes or no?
Why does it
Answer.
matter?
That literally
answer.
doesn't matter.
Answer.
Okay, no,
Answer.
these are
Would
stupid
you
arguments.
reshare it on your story?
Okay, but you
Answer right now.
you talking
Just
over
answer
me.
the question.
No, I'm gonna
The
answer. but you're
deflecting means
okay.
yes.
No, it doesn't. Because
Yeah,
let me
I'll let you
explain.
talk, I'll let you talk.
Me reposting on my story doesn't mean I just won a big trophy. I repost when Juve wins a game.
Okay, but
That means something.
okay. Would a casual Italian who doesn't watch soccer repost it? That means
Yeah,
it's hype.
because-
That means it's hype.
No, it doesn't. Well, are they gonna be a market lane?
Yes.
No, they won't.
Yeah, but those guys,
They won't.
won't remember the year in a couple of years when they won it.
I think they would.
No one cares that much.
Are your
dude.
kids gonna know that Brazil had won a gold medal?
Yes, obviously.
He's gonna let
Okay,
them know.
if I went to get a Brazilian off the streets and ask how many World Cups do they have, he'll say 5. How many gold medals do they have? He's not gonna know.
Yeah, you will.
No, he won't.
The average Brazilian, no.
He does not
And
know.
the average
No.
football player, no.
Fan.
How many gold medals do they have?
Football
Two.
Yeah, well, obviously they know.
I didn't even know that.
Okay, because you don't know
I
ball.
don't know anybody else that won a gold
See,
medal.
now you don't know ball now because you
Yeah,
don't know
that- that's
Brazil has
pretty
2
easy.
gold medals.
Mexico have won.
Oh, I have
Holy.
2
Argentina
gold
have
medals
won.
because I had freaking 60-year-old Dani Alves in the team. Like, who cares?
Germany? No,
Like, literally, no one cares.
maybe.
Germany won the most recent one, no?
Like, who cares?
I think so.
It
Yeah.
literally does not matter.
You want some chips with that salt, bro?
It doesn't. Does that? Do you want some cheese with that wine? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
This guy's drunk over
I'm
here.
not whining, bro.
Bro, you are one.
Brazil-
Gold medal means
Brazil-
something.
It
That
does.
was good. I never heard that before.
Brazil-
Choose up that wine. Oh, that's good.
That was good.
Brazil won back-to-back gold medals.
It doesn't matter.
Does matter.
Did they
What?
win back-to-back World Cups?
what other nations cared
Yes.
about those?
Okay,
people?
that I care about.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
that's what I'm trying to say. That I care
everyone-
about.
Dude, all those players that play for that Brazilian national team at 18 years old, they're considered wonder kids. When they turn 21, they're done.
Wasn't Gabigol like a star in that team, and he's absolute ass now?
Wasn't a star.
No, the star of the 2016 team was Neymar and Gabi Jesus. Gabi
Okay.
Jesus went on to win a treble.
I'm glad that they had like
On the bench,
star
bro.
power in that team to win it, with no one else having it. No one else had that star power in their team.
What
How-
other
how
what,
they
oth- what
compete?
other teams brought like elite players?
Argentina.
Like who?
Like in that edition,
Yeah,
That exact year.
Germany. They made the final with Germany.
Germany's best player was like what, Draxler?
No, they didn't have Draxler. They
Max
had,
Meyer.
Brandt.
Oh my god!
He was sick at the time.
He was good at the time.
Up!
You want me- you want me
guys
to-
are- you guys are
even
both
nice at
a
the time.
joke. You guys are a joke if you think that's
He
a
was
real
nice
trophy.
at the time.
Ginter was
You
playing.
guys are
Oh my
crazy.
God,
So,
so
watch, they
Ginter
had- they had
and
Timo
Max-
Horn.
Oh my
Bojan,
god!
Ginter, Nicolas Sule.
Get off the damn pod.
Who was Sule back then?
What do you mean? He's a
He was
good
playing
player.
for. He's playing for.
Did they have
Hoff-
fucking Schürrle as well?
Bender
Hoffenheim.
Bros, Brandt.
Bender Bros.
How old was Brandt then?
Brandt wasn't
Brown was
anything back
Brown
then.
was probably a youth.
Bro,
16.
Well, of course they're youths. It's U2030.
16. They guys play 15 years old probably.
Bro, they probably had Schürrle back
Max
then.
Meyer as we're in
Max
the
Meyer
sea.
was nice.
Yeah, he was
bro.
nice as
We're
a
in the
sea.
sea.
I think he won the silver ball.
You guys had Neymar, man,
He was neat. He was
and
neat.
Danny Alves.
Daniel's on there.
It's,
He was.
no, like those that
No.
Was he
team.
not?
Not
They had
2016. In
Marquinhos,
2021 he was.
Douglas,
Oh, yeah, that
Santos, Wallace, Renato Gusto, Barbosa, who's Luan.
Talent.
No, those teams are neat, but like at the end of the day, like someone like Neymar doesn't need to be there.
No, he had to be there. He won Brazil's first ever Olympic gold. That's the only trophy. That was the only accolade missing from their trophy cabinet, and he won
what
it.
did he-
and he
what-
meant everything.
What did he like reject to go there?
Copa America. That proves the magnitude.
Yeah, that shows how
He
important
missed the
it is.
Copa America Centenario
And
for
who
the
won-
Olympics.
who won
He
that
won-
Copa America?
Who won that one?
Chile.
Chile.
And was Brazil in the finals?
No.
No.
Argentina were.
Maybe they would have if they
Neymar was
were
there.
there.
The Olympic was more important.
No, no.
Chile
what-
was asked that year.
Okay, if
What?
If you were
That's their best ever team.
that year,
Dude.
were you happy?
No, it's not their best ever
It
team.
was their best ever
That was
team,
their
but
best ever
Chile's
team.
not,
They,
Chile's not that
they,
good.
they beat Messi in back-to-back finals.
Yeah, but
That's everyone's goat.
Argentina back then wasn't.
Wasn't what?
That
Oh,
year,
didn't Chile make Messi retire?
Yeah, they literally made him retire.
Retired, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That shows you how bad Chile were that they had to make the freaking best player in the world retire.
Wait, that
How
shows how
about
bad
Chile?
they
are
were?
good.
I mean, how good?
No, like,
How
it's
good
just
they were.
more of an embarrassment that we lost to Chile.
Maybe.
That shows
Okay,
how class.
If he had respect for his national team, his nation, he would have been like, you know what, we lost fair and square. Why would he retire?
Okay, in
He
2016,
was salty.
Well, yeah, he was.
in 2016, you were seeing the rosters for the Olympic squad and the Copa America. You're telling me you were not pissed that Neymar was on the Copa
No.
America? Yeah,
No.
okay.
I swear to you could probably go back to my old
Nah, he
tweets.
went for the easy bet. He just knew, oh, if I'm in Olympics, it's an easy
Oh
win.
yeah.
No, he lost the 2012 Olympics.
It's like men against boys.
They lost the
Okay,
2012
but
Olympics.
that one he
But
was
back
of
then,
age.
he was 4 years younger than then.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
of
but
age to be in the
the
Olympics.
team was
so.
better then too in 2012.
No, but he was of age. Like he wasn't like one of the older age call. What is it? Whatever it's called. Like
Okay.
you know, you can only have a certain amount.
Yes.
In 2016, he was one of those call ups.
Okay.
Before he was like actually eligible to play in
Okay.
the tournament, which is a bit
And?
more fair.
You asked your question. Was I amped he skipped Copa America?
that's-
No.
That's crazy.
Actually, yes, I was amped. Sorry, I was happy he went to the Olympics because it's the only trophy missing from their cabinet.
That's crazy.
How's that crazy?
Because the Copa America is so much
Yeah, the
bigger.
Centenario. That Centenario was like I don't even know why they did that tournament.
It
It was just a pure tournament, bro.
Yeah.
Mm. So you're saying if, let's say, for example, there was another crossover of Olympics and Copa America, and Brazil's best players chose to go play for the Olympics.
I'd be cheesed.
Yeah, it would make
'Cause
sense because they already
The,
got
the
gold
mission was different then.
Yeah.
The mission was to win their
But
first
is
ever
it
gold
not
medal.
still valuable for a trophy?
Yeah, but I'd rather win Copa America at this point
Why? What the fuck?
Why?
Yo,
Why?
because
Man,
What's
Why?
it's a
What-
better
why?
trophy?
Because they just lost the Copa
the
America
Centenary
final.
was in 2016, not 2012.
I never said that. I said it was
2016.
2016.
Yeah,
right?
there's Olympics in
Brazil didn't
2016
even
as
finish
well.
top 4.
I know. Yeah, I wonder why.
Brazil got to get it back in blood in the Confederations Cup.
Confederations Cup.
Sorry, Copa America. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but I don't think they're gonna win Copa America.
I think they will.
Who cares?
Maybe.
Can't
Maybe
wait.
they will. Maybe they won't.
Argentina's looking
But-
too good still.
Nope.
We will all find out
Mm-hmm.
next year in 2024.
The summer.
The summer.
Immense, bro.
It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a football-filled summer.
If it's Brazil Argentina in the final,
Oh my gosh, here we
I'll
go.
be there no matter what.
I'd rather it be
My
some-
ass.
Brazil
I'll
and
be there
like
no
Yeah,
matter
Canada.
my ass. You'll be
I'll
there.
be there no matter what.
You gonna walk there?
You heard it there. Matthews will be there no matter what, and Italy will be in the final of the Euro Cup no matter
I
what.
probably won't watch any of them.
Boom.
Watch what?
I'm gonna be cheesed all summer.
Why?
Cause
That's his favorite word, eh? Man's always cheese, eh?
About what?
I don't want to. After I saw Argentina's Copa America group, I don't even want to watch.
Yo, you know what's funny actually?
This guy's like a brat,
You know what's
bro.
funny?
Holy.
He's like, why are we talking about so much negativity for? And then this guy's the most negative of everybody.
Bro, it's
Ah,
all
no,
Brad.
hey.
This guy says that he's-
How?
Bro, how
I
many-
was just talking. No, I was talking about. I was talking about Neymar having an amazing legacy, inspiring next gen. You're like, you brought up the Olympics.
how many
in a
cheese?
negative
How
fashion.
many cheese per minute did this guy give us?
You're the one that brought up the Olympics in a negative fashion. How am I talking about negativity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Oh, here we go. Brazilian sandwich over here.
Bro.
Oh,
I just
no.
exposed you.
Is that
that
wrong
was
or
funny.
right?
I just exposed you.
Is it wrong or right?
Everyone saw.
Brazil squad?
What?
Isn't Brazil squad?
In group.
Group? It's tough. It's the hardest. It's group of death.
Bro,
You're
this
the
guy's-
best team in
Bro,
the.
yeah,
literally
what's
is a
wrong?
group of
You have the
death.
best team. Who cares, right?
The best.
No, like
Yeah, the best team, though.
You're gonna beat the best
No?
to become the best.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta beat the best.
Brazil are
bro.
gonna come first in their group, but
Okay.
You're gonna have to beat these teams
no,
anyways
but the
to go
fact
to the
that
finals.
Argentina,
They have the easiest
their
path.
route to the final is ridiculous.
Why are you focusing
And-
on
and-
Argentina?
no, hey, as fellow CONMEBOL members, you guys should be pissed too.
Why, bro? I'm not, that's
Why
Ecuador,
would- Why
bro.
would I be pissed? End of the day, I see that Ecuador's in an easy group too.
Yeah, I'm good.
They should
I'm
be able to
Gucci.
come out of that group. Why am I focusing on Argentina? We know Argentina's a good
You gotta
team.
focus on Brasileiros, bro. Don't focus
know,
on your.
I'm
Are you ready?
focused.
Are you ready? Like, you know,
Man's
minding
cheese
the
already. This
defeat?
guy thinks he's going to the finals already.
You're already
This guy's.
accepting-
Oh yeah.
You're already accepting defeat. You're already accepting
Bro,
defeat.
I'll bet you 20.
I'm not.
I'll bet you
Okay.
20.
You're already accepting
I'll
defeat.
bet you 20 bucks. Brazil and Argentina don't make the finals.
You're already
What?
accepting defeat.
Okay.
I'll bet you 20 bucks they both.
No,
Even
take
both of them
that.
don't.
Take that.
I'll take that.
You're accepting defeat already.
I'll take
This
that.
guy's like, oh, Argentina's
I'll
easy
take
group.
that. Easy, bro. $20.
It's easy money.
Watch.
Easy money.
don't.
Easy money.
Wait,
No sniper.
you're
bro.
saying both don't make it?
Yeah.
I gotta write that down.
How if one makes it, then you lose the deal?
Argentina
I
are
don't
not
care.
going to make it that far. I'm telling you this now. They're not going to make it that far.
With that path,
Hey, man.
No, anything could happen.
they don't have to face Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil don't have to face Argentina.
They want the final.
There
They
you
want
go.
that final.
Fair. You put it like that, fair.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
They both have to face each other, which I think honestly both countries are probably happy about.
Yeah. If anything, you should be happy you're not facing them early.
Would you rather them be on opposite sides of the bracket,
On the same
Or
No,
side.
both of them-
I'd rather take him on the semifinal.
or both of them be on the same side?
I'd rather take him on the semifinal.
Why? Because he's scared to face him in the finals. He knows what happened
Not
last time.
They're
Not
big game
really.
players, man.
Yeah.
Not
They know,
really.
you know they come out.
I wouldn't
big.
say they're big game players.
Bro, Brazil were last one.
No, we're winning.
Then no
I just don't want to watch.
Then don't
That's
watch. No one's telling you to watch
crazy.
Argentina game.
Jay doesn't
Nah.
watch footy anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
this guy's watching the Olympics instead.
I don't want to watch.
Yeah, the Olympics are this year, eh?
I retired from
The
soccer.
Olympics are this year, buddy. You gotta watch. What means more to you?
Olympics.
Yeah, they are real.
Oh yeah, they
Not
are.
Rio, sorry, Tokyo.
Oh, dude.
No,
I don't know.
Paris.
Oh, yeah,
I don't watch the
Tokyo's
Olympics.
other-
There we go, dude. Can't
Tokyo's
wait to
next
watch
one.
some Olympic footy.
No, it was just in Tokyo.
Was it just in Tokyo?
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the following one?
Paris.
Isn't it Germany?
What is Paris?
No, Germany's the
No,
Euro
it's
Cup.
LA.
No, the one after that is LA.
Oh yeah, that's the Euro Cup.
Germany's Euro Cup. Euro Cup's gonna be fun, man. Can't wait.
We got
Paris.
Euros. We got Copa America.
And the biggest of them all,
Olympics.
the Olympics.
2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. Let's go.
We're about to three-peat.
I can't wait. I want you
Vamos.
to purchase the Brazil Olympic jersey.
Okay.
It's probably the exact same as.
No, it's
No crest. No,
To be honest,
Oh.
the Olympic jerseys, the last one was pretty ugly compared to the one that they had like a year
It's like a flea market kit.
before and then after. They look kind of gross, but depending on how this one looks, I might cop it. Depending on how it looks.
say less.
All right, ended off you Brasileiro.
But yeah, boys, chatted a lot of nonsense today. A lot
A
of
lot of nonsense.
Yeah, you did.
Some mans were cheesed.
some mans were cheese. I don't know what the cheese per minute stat was looking like.
It was high.
Definitely high for sure, but yeah,
Some guys
boys,
were whining.
some
Whining and dining, man.
whining and dining for sure. But yeah, boys, that's gonna conclude today's podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know who we are.
We the culture, man.
Culture, man.
Later.
Later.
We out.
See
A lot of Reagan this dish.
ya. You just said.
Oh my gosh.
Wine, wine, wine.